Over 100 and a bunch years ago, when horsepower was literally that, and letters were handwritten and delivered, our man Charles Cheers Wakefield developed a revolutionary lubricant called Castrol. Originally made with castor oil, Mr. Wakefield thought, it ain't just for hair. This lubricant became the pioneering lifeblood for anything on water, land, and in the sky. Castrol's always pushed boundaries and gone beyond, from the laboratory to the racetrack. Castrol technological advances have been rigorously tested in Formula One, NASCAR, and efforts beyond our atmosphere. Driving tomorrow since 1899, Castrol's been pushing the boundaries for 120 years. Edge is better than the other guy's oils. So I'm hearing you say, oil is oil, and prove it. So we did. We pitted the other guy's very best product against Castrol EDGE in some of the toughest tests, and Castrol EDGE won, hands down. EDGE is 60% stronger, preventing metal-to-metal contact. What does that mean? That means in areas where oil film strength matters most, critically important engine components are protected better than with the other guy's oil. How does Castrol do it better than the other guys? With proprietary additives designed not just to meet the spec like the other guys, but exceed the spec where it matters. Castrol invented and patented a molecule. Get this, a titanium molecule. The EDGE titanium molecule actually changes its consistency as pressure is applied to it. The other guy's oil doesn't do that. In fact, the other guys don't even make their own additives. And since we're talking about it, EDGE also keeps performing longer than the other guys. So Castrol EDGE keeps those critical, expensive engine components from making contact for longer than any oil the other guys can bring to your customers. Under the toughest tests, Castrol EDGE protected critical engine parts for 128 hours. How did those other guys do? Just 93 hours. That means your customer can run his engine harder, longer into his oil change without risking engine damage. And get this, all Castrol oils are GDI certified. This certification helps to prevent catastrophic engine failure due to the known problems of low-speed pre-ignition. We did some industry spec tests, as well as a bunch of other tests beyond the industry specs to really test how EDGE performs against the competitors. And guess what? When compared against industry specs, Castrol EDGE exceeds and it beats the competitors in the places that matter most. The NOAC volatility test, or the burn-off resistance test. This test proves that Castrol EDGE resists oil burn-off 8% better than the other guys. Your customer won't have to top up their oil as often, but more importantly, the oil maintains its protection properties through the length of the oil change cycle. When oil is burned off, the goo left behind is sludge, and goo doesn't protect engine components. It can also plug up oil passageways, preventing the oil getting to the engine components that need it. Plus, when oil burns off, it forces the emission systems to work harder. That means a catalytic converter can fail sooner. They're expensive. Orban sheared viscosity examination is a test of an oil's strength after being mechanically pulled apart. Yeah, that's right. And Castrol EDGE resists mechanical shearing 24% better than the competitor's average. This matters why? Resistance to mechanical shearing prevents viscosity breakdown. This is critical to providing the proper film strength for wear protection in the engine. Finally, we tested the ASTM HFRR friction test. It's a mouthful, but it's another test of performance under pressure, representing areas of the engine such as the valve train and main bearings. The industry test of viscosity stability resulted in Castrol being 3 times stronger than the competition against viscosity breakdown. This all comes down to Castrol EDGE having fluid titanium technology, which gives it supreme protective properties. The smart people in the lab coats then did the 4-ball wear test, which measures oil's ability to prevent wear under load and speed. Castrol EDGE prevents wearing, scarring, and welding 2% better than the competitive average. This is good because the engine parts will be better protected while operating under load and high speeds. When compared against industry specs, Castrol EDGE exceeds and it beats the competitors in the places that matter most. So, all oils are not created equal. Castrol EDGE with titanium FST technology, our strongest oil yet. And here comes the fun stuff, the legal.